Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E Nation for another Rye review here in the 32 Rye Tournament. I am your King of Extreme and the regal Rye man himself. Yes, right off the top of my head there. Joined by my indomitable broadcast partners,
Slightly inebriated chicken,
and
Tony G. Like, share, subscribe.
So this is one Tony's been more than a little eager to get our impression on.
I have tried this one. I've sampled it. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while. Curiosity finally got the better of me, and I had to sample it because I've been wanting it for so long. So, needless to say, I've had a couple of samples of this, and I have not been disappointed at all. Wild Turkey 101 Rye. Now, I love Wild Turkey 101 bourbon. It is my daily drinker for bourbon. It's a great, affordable bourbon. It's a great whiskey all around. Gets a bad rap sometimes, but it's amazing stuff. And in terms of rye, this is outstanding. Of course, 101 proof rye whiskey. Baby, this is some nice stuff.
Interesting. Now, Tony, don't be modest. You're a bit of a fanboy for.
I have become quite a mark for Wild Turkey,
but
and I'm not even going to apologize.
With a nose like that, I can see why.
Yeah, this is really good. I love the nose. I've had to smell this out of the bottle a couple times, but it opens up so much more in the glass. It's
very
subtle.
bourbon adjacent.
It is, exactly, and that's probably why I like it so much. But it's actually pretty subtle on the nose considering the proof. 101.
Yeah, 101.
101.
Yeah, this one's.
I'm really surprised my nose isn't like on fire.
Yeah, you'd
like
think it'd be a little
like,
hotter on the nose.
I usually prefer like a 90 proof, but it kind of smells like a 90.
See, and that's
like,
the thing.
You don't get that.
Yeah,
like,
this does not smell like it's.
No, it's not intrusive,
but,
and you know you're smelling a rye. I think this is one you could put under anybody's nose and they would go. Oh, that's clearly a rye.
I'm getting like vanillas with a little heavier grain.
Vanilla.
Yeah, I was thinking. Yep, vanilla extract right there. Yep.
Well, gentlemen, I'm a little curious.
Absolutely.
Oh, what? It's got a lot of heat.
It's got heat.
Yeah, it's a 101.
Not spice, but heat.
Heat. Not as pepperminty though.
No. There's no peppermint. It's just heat. Like I don't know how to.
It's for me why I like it so much is because it's got the same heat that the Wild Turkey 101 bourbon has in rye form. So this translates very well.
Maybe not a peppermint, more of a spear.
Ooh, okay. I can see that.
This would cocktail well.
You could. You could. I wouldn't, but
because you'd still taste the whiskey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, I'm gonna set. In terms of spices, I can't really place it. It's just
there's not a cinnamon. I like the spearmint because it's got a cooling.
It's like pepper.
I think. Okay, there you go.
Without that like burnt ground feeling to it, like it's just like
yeah. It's got the grassy, earthy undertones.
Like when you do black peppercorn without the flavor of it, like that, just that little burn you get with it.
Interesting. So,
I love it.
Gentlemen, we are going to grade this on a few scales. We're going to grade this on a 5-star scale as a rye, as a whiskey, as a cask-aged spirit, and its shelving. And then, of course, for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, without further ado, Tony G, Wild Turkey 101 Rye. Is there something you'd like to share with the class there?
I was just looking in the back here. Legendary master distill Jimmy Russell Treasured Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey has been crafted since 1954 as a nod to the adventurous spirit of America's first whiskey makers. Aged longer for more character in new number 4 Alligator Char American White Oak barrels. This exceptional rye whiskey has a distinctively rich flavor with robust notes of black pepper, butterscotch, toasted almond,
Butterscotch.
and citrus. Citrus, that's the one note that I was missing. Whether poured as the perfect base for cocktails or enjoyed on its own, Wild Turkey Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey is a bold and satisfying reward for any whiskey enthusiast. Now, if you're not thrilled about the proof on this one, they do make a standard, I believe it's an 86, maybe a little bit higher proof rye Wild Turkey. Maybe that's more your speed. Personally, I like a little bit more heat. I like this one. I like the 101 proof.
Well, I can understand people that go the higher proof because you can add water to a whiskey.
Exactly.
You can't take it out.
Bingo.
So, well, now
That said, this on ice.
yeah, this would excel on ice. Now I'm starting to get the mint.
Yep.
Just a little bit after it hit the palate. Now I'm going back. I'm getting some mint on the nose. But all right, now Tony, as a rye whiskey on a 5-star scale, how would you rate this?
4.
4 stars as a rye whiskey. Chicken?
3 1/4 as a rye.
I'm gonna be more generous than you, but only just, and I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars as a rye whiskey. It's a good rye, but there's also some kind of bourbon adjacent moments where I think I don't know. I can't get past that. It's just it's good whiskey. Don't get me wrong, and that's gonna reflect
Yes.
here on the whiskey category. Tony,
As a whiskey, I will go 3.75.
3.75.
Because if you're thinking whiskey, and this is going to pick on rye a little bit, if you're thinking whiskey and you just want a whiskey base, maybe you don't want a strong rye flavor, and this specific 101 proof has a very strong rye flavor. So in terms of a whiskey, it hurts it just a little bit. It just depends on the circumstance, but I could go either way with that. I really like it, but I'm gonna grade it fairly.
When I try to blend think of my blending of ryes and whiskeys in general, like this doesn't stack up to a lot. I don't think it's that good. Like, I'm sure somebody would just use this as a mixer. This is to me, this is niche. Like,
it is.
You have
This
to
is right in
really
my wheelhouse.
like some of this.
Yep.
It's not necessarily my wheelhouse, so I'll go 275. It's not a bad whiskey, but there's 50,000 others I would buy before this.
No, you're right. I mean,
Okay.
in terms of whiskey, no, it is lower, and that's fair.
That sounds like a challenge. So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3.5. I'm gonna stick with 3.5. It's a good whiskey. You can cocktail it. You can put it on the rocks. There's a lot you can do with it. You can do some kitchen work with it, and it would add some interesting flavors to. I would go with poultry.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Like, so
A chicken
Fish.
or a turkey or fish would actually work
Interesting.
really well.
So yes, that's why I'm gonna go 3.5. And now we move on to cask aged spirit. See.
Oh, as a cask aged, this one's tough. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna go 3.5.
3.5. Now, chicken. What would you give this as a cask aged spirit?
In that field, like, obviously, I don't think it's not a bad whiskey, but it's not a great whiskey.
Oh God, he's gonna break my heart.
It's like a good whiskey. When you think of cask aged,
Putting it up against all the brandies, armagnacs, cognacs,
Yeah.
bourbons,
I give
scotches.
I give it a 2.
Oh,
Oh!
come on!
Hey, to thine own self be true. Hey, I know that. So that just shows, like Chicken says, this is niche. This is either going to be one of your favorite whiskeys in all God's creation, or you're going to be like, it's all right. To me, I'm going to stick with 3 stars as a cask age. It's good, but again, it's a wide world of sports.
It is.
So I'm going to stick with 3 stars. I'm going to be significantly more generous than Chicken. But now we move on to shelving.
Middle. I'm gonna go with the middle.
Bottom.
Oh,
Sorry.
this guy.
Sorry,
this
Wild
guy.
Turkey.
This
Sorry.
guy. Oh,
I am not a fan of this one.
oh, this
Now,
guy.
Tony, you're really gonna hate me here.
Oh,
I'm gonna agree. It's good, easy reaching, good mixer rye. If you were gonna
This
make,
is not something you go, hey guys, look what's on my middle shelf, or hey guys, look what's on my top shelf. That's not. It's not there. I'm not gonna impress many
this
people
would
with
be,
that.
if you're gonna make a 5 ryes video, this would be a daily drinker or a mixer, in my opinion.
Mixer.
So, but that,
I'm sorry. I'm looking at so many other ryes. Spoiler alert. There's a vast army of ryes to my right, and no, you guys are just wrong.
So,
sorry.
hey, folks.
That
Well,
are
guess
not
what?
Even
The-
close to this.
Tony, the Rye Tournament, Tony, will
32.
Yes, the 32 Rye Tournament will decide. Will Wild Turkey 101 be able to rise? Will
Yes.
a turkey product be able to make it to the finals? Tony, this is going to be the test. This is going to be the time. This is going to be the place. Folks, we will find out who will stand supreme as the Rye of Extreme. So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us for this special review of Wild Turkey 101 Rye, an official entrant into the 32 Rye Tournament. Folks, don't you dare go anywhere but here at the K.O.E Nation to find where the best ryes, the best content, the best K.O.E content, the best dog, chicken, all of these beautiful people that make up the cast of Extreme. Folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Raise a glass to yourselves, and I hope to find you back here happy, healthy, much the wiser. God bless, folks.
See if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.
Nice.
El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.